Hello, Goldma viewers. It is so good to be sitting on this panel today. As the Goldma team, we have an exciting topic as usual. We're going to be discussing what I was told is the DGC, okay, digital gold currency. And we're going to mainly focus on Goldma, but this time, today is a different episode. We're responding to any questions, comments, remarks that we have received from across our platforms. So we have a special bowl right here.
The DGC bowl.
Yeah. And as usual, we do things by chronological, hierarchical order. So we'll start with our CEO.
Okay. All right. Didn't know that was going to go that way. All right. And 45.2% is going towards buying equipment. Do you have any equipment already? Mm-hmm. Do you have the land to mine already? And how do we know for sure? Can we, the investors, see that in the white paper? This is a question from Tight Lines to CO.
Yeah, on Telegram.
On Telegram. Okay, it's a very good question. To answer your question, we can go to Goldma.io very quickly. And when we go there, we can scroll down and look at how we have itemized what percentage goes to buying equipment. So where it says use of proceeds, 45.2%, as he questioned, is going to proceeds. Do you have equipment already? Yes, we have a lot of equipment already. We have the complete end-to-end solution for the equipment that's needed to mine the gold. What we need to do is now scale that up and add a few small additions to make it more efficient and to increase the capacity. Do you have the land to mine already? And how do we know for sure? Well, you'll see in our previous YouTube videos where I'm already there on the mine. You see the team there. They're explaining to you. They're showing you different aspects of the mine and all the equipment there. And yes, we have plenty of land. We have about 3 square kilometers of land to mine that we have rights for. Can we see that in the white paper? Yes, you can see that in the white paper. All of that is already outlined. So thanks for the question, Tight Lines to CO.
Yeah, the person was practically bombarding, but it's good. Like, we like that stuff. It shows that someone's actually trying to think and ascertain whether this is a good investment, right?
Yeah.
Which is
true,
always good.
True.
Gentlemen.
Uh-oh.
Dig deep.
All right.
I'm going to let you get one, and then Mr. Eddie can go first.
Oh, okay. So this is from Bitcoin Talk, Aladdin Best 001. This is his comment. They are reducing the discrimination problem by democratizing access for small investors by placing this opportunity on the blockchain, lowering the dollar amount threshold as compared to other gold mining options offered across the globe. Yes, we are doing that. This is a very good comment on Bitcoin Talk. Thank you, Aladdin. You are right. To buy a GMA token, you only need 13 cents. And I don't know of any other place you can go to invest gold at that much of a low amount. You would need to be a very well-off person to be able to get into gold. But now what Goldma is doing is now, like what he said, democratizing gold. We're giving everyone enough the access because I, by my own, I cannot buy that equipment. I cannot get the land. I cannot go through all those processes, mainly because of funds and probably know-how. But so yes, Goldma is democratizing gold. Thank you, Aladdin, for your comment. It's quite good.
Just to add on to that remark, I like the beginning where they say they're reducing discrimination. Because for small-time investors, we feel sidelined, right?
Yeah.
If I want to go right now to I don't know, whatever big company I can think of, okay, the supermarket company, and I, offer them my $300, they're just gonna look at me and probably go like, huh, why don't you just try vending or something, because that money is considered to be so insignificant to them. But we're saying no money's too little. I mean, if it's 13 cents to get one token. A very good point. Thank you for that remark. Mr. Rubin, I believe you have a...
I think this is another comment. I'm not sure if there's a question, but this is from Alex Wilson. And Alex says, actually, there are various gold crypto projects in the market that look good. I don't think of this as competition. I think it shows a proof of concept and gives an investor a chance to diversify too. Yeah, well, I largely agree. We always advise that, although we're not financial advisors, it's just general, conversation that, look, it's good to have a diversified portfolio. You want to hold many different things because they're different returns, they're different risk profiles and things like that. So, yeah, it's one more thing for retail investors to look into. Goldma, I think it's a solid investment. Yeah.
I also like what came from that remark when the person is saying that the fact that there's so many emerging gold-backed or gold-related, gold-based currencies on the market, it shows you that there's something there within the concept of backing a currency with gold, that if everybody's trying it, it shows that it makes sense. It's kind of like when you see all these viral ideas. Like, for example, there's this charcoal face mask that went viral, and everybody was using it. And then everybody started making their own version. That shows you that there's something that edifies to a person within that concept. And that's exactly what Goldma is. That's why there are so many of them. So it is a proven working idea to invest in. And
something just popped into my head I want to add there. I thought about the first bit that, the middle bit. I don't think of this as competition. It's right, because a lot of the gold-backed or gold cryptocurrencies out there have a very different business model. And they don't have access to the same resources that we have. So it's not competition, because I don't mean to slight other businesses, but they're operating in a very different space. Very few cryptocurrencies are backed by a functional mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
My turn. Lord, give me strength. Okay. What do we have here? All right. Good morning. This is from Dennis on Telegram. Hi, Dennis. Good morning. Why not increase the potential in Goldma ICO? Create another company that is cleaning the gold, remaking it into jewels, then create your own jewels fashion line. Increase potential and price of the gold that is originally digged. Okay, so they're talking about, is it called value-added chain of added value?
Something along those lines.
Yeah, something along those lines. Basically, they're talking about being in a position where you export the final product, right? Okay. I'm going to answer part of the remark and the question, and then I will leave the rest to the visionary. Because this is a vision. Okay, first of all, I like the idea and that you're thinking along those lines, which means you see this project as a long-term thing, right? And this is something that's good. It shows the confidence that you have in our project, just like we do. So thank you for that. And then secondly, I think ultimately any mining company that's thinking to grow and be international has those long-term visions. But that's not something that you do when you're still trying to expand and fully capitalize on the gold production first. Before you jump into producing jewelry and whatever, you want to make sure that you're producing gold to the maximum. That you have effective leaching plants that produced enough gold to be able to do that. And the other thing is the work that goes into getting the mine to operate at full capacity is still not yet complete for us to even think that far. And I will leave the rest to Mr. J over here.
Well, to follow up on what you just said, it's absolutely correct. It's very important to crawl before you run.
Yeah.
And you actually need to get that crawl down pat.
Yeah.
You need to be able to first have a clear vision and a clear process by which you are able to accomplish what it is that you're set out to do in step one. And once you've accomplished that aspect of it, then you can start looking beyond what you are doing very well at that time. And what I really want to do first is I want to add value to the coins. I want the investors to begin to feel and understand the business model that we're propagating. That business model is that there's going to be value and there's going to be a return. Two benefits: value in the coin and a return every quarter. Those are the things that are important to me. And the way we're going to do that is by producing more gold.
Yeah.
And we may in the future, if I feel as though market adoption is a realm I want to enter into. I'm not really interested right now in market adoption.
Okay. Well, you heard it here from the horse's mouth. So thank you for that contribution, Dennis. Gentlemen, would you like to?
Oh, okay. I think it was Mr. Jacob.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I'm just going to get everyone to pick theirs, and then whoever wants to go, feel free to go.
I'll go with this one. I'll go with this one right there. Melastoma. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. What is the responsibility with the environment? I think they're asking about, obviously this is gold production. Involves quite a lot of potentially dangerous chemicals, processes that might be damaging to the environment. I think the first thing to note out is that Goldma is, the Sunrise Mine, the operation there is compliant absolutely with local environmental regulations. And all of those chemicals are handled in a safe manner, and there's no wanton dumping of chemicals in rivers and things like that. No, that's not happening. Everything is correct. And some of the environmental responsibility is not direct, it's indirect. Like we always talk about the food production and helping the community. Those things have an impact as well, because once you get people fed, once they're in good health, it means that they don't conduct or carry out environmentally damaging sort of production methods in terms of food, because there's quite a few rivers around there.
Yeah.
So we don't want to have people farming on the riversides and doing that damage. But I think the question was specific to the gold production itself. And the most important thing that I can say is that Sunrise 60 is completely compliant with the regulations stipulated by the Environmental Management Agency here in Zimbabwe.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Another fascinating thing that I found out when I got to the mine, I was speaking to my manager, and he told me that they've managed to rechannel the water that's been flooding the area, which is something that protects the environment as well. You know, talking about preventing soil erosion and mudslides and things like that. So they've found a way, and it goes to the production of gold. So they use that water, you know, to wash away debris and at the processing plant itself. So that's actually a fascinating thing to see.
It's so hard to express it in 2 minutes, but it's a very complex thing, right? In terms of how each stage of the production and each action actually has a holistic impact.
Yes,
that
definitely.
Comes back to protecting the environment.
That's a very, very good contribution. Thank you for that. Mr. J, you want to go?
No, I'm going to let it go.
I'll go next. Okay. I have a very good question here by an unknown user. I think this should be Bitcoin Talk or Telegram. Gold at this time is more valuable than any cryptocurrency. Any central bank is based on gold reserves. Why invest in this token instead of gold itself? Right. It's a very good question. If you invest in this token, first of all, if you buy gold and you buy the GMA token that's backed by gold, you get the same value. But now the thing is, with the GMA token, you get quarterly royalties just by holding your token, holding your gold. And if you just buy gold, it's going to stay at that value. More of, if someone else is storing that gold for you, there'll probably be charges to that. So that's one reason why I would say go for the GMA token instead of just gold. Secondly, you're backed by a token that's changing the environment. If you have gold, you might lose it and you've lost.
Yeah.
You might get followed. If you want to buy big amounts, you can't just walk around with a bullion of gold. You'd rather have it as a digital asset that's in your wallet. At the same time, you're getting a return on your investment while you're holding it. So to answer your question, yes, it's better to get the GMA token as compared to the actual gold.
Okay, that's
You don't
very
need as many guns.
Yeah. I actually want to add to that another advantage of having it digitalized is the divisibility aspect of it. Let's say I have a bullion bar and I want to go and buy bread, a loaf of bread. Am I going to cut a little piece and go buy hi? It's very difficult to divide it, right? It's very difficult. But if we put a representation of it through cryptocurrency, now we're able to divide it. You're able to trade and use it for the future.
Very good point.
So that's something that I really like about it as well.
Definitely. To my question, I got this guy gear. Read that. What is this guy's?
Tight Lines 2CO.
Yes, Tight Lines 2CO. I believe this was from Telegram.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a geologist on staff? Is it a clay classification operation or a classifier? Okay, so just let me break down what he's asking. First, he's asking, do we have a geologist on staff? And that person sort of breaks down exactly how and where the gold is at. First, where's the gold? Secondly, how is the best way to extract that gold from the location it's at? Now, our geologists that we have working with us is twofold question. One is that we have a geotech, and our geotech is the guy that after the geologist has determined where the gold is at, he's said, hey, this is how we're going to do it. Now the geotech is the guy that's on the ground that says, okay, move this machine here, do this, do that. That guy is Chris. Chris, what's going on, man? Give me a shout out. So Chris is there. He's on the staff. He's helping to do that. The geologist has already done his job. He's moved on. Now, is it a clay classification operation? Yeah, it is. We do have clay. This person obviously knows about mining. One of the things that happens in that type of region is there's clay. Clay, because of the substance, and it typically holds a lot of gold because the gold, as it's floating around, it gets caught up in clay. And it's easy for clay to hold it. So we do have a clay classification operation. Do we have a classifier? Yes, we do. We have screens. We also have a ball mill. And those two aspects help us to classify. And we're also looking to get cyclones. Cyclones help us to classify. So if you're watching this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So classification helps you break down different sizes of the gold, different sizes of the material that you have, makes it easier for you to now accumulate that gold and get an end product. Much easier in a more efficient manner.
Thank you for that. This is why we need Mr. J on the panel always.
If I got that one, I was just going to say, I think this one's for you.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, we have a comment here from YouTube. And shout out to Addie, by the way. Hi, Addie. We
Addie.
see you.
See you, man.
And gold has never ceased to exist as one of the most valued investment tools. And that's really powerful, because I think most people are wondering, why is it a digital gold currency and not a digital diamond currency? Why is it not a digital oil currency? The digital Brazilian hair currency. There are a lot of valuable things nowadays, But the reason is because of what Addie just said right here. It's constant, and it has historically been the store of value and continues to be the store of value. So it's not about just scarcity or the fact that you have to go through a rigorous process to acquire it, but it's not just a store of value as well, it has major industrial use. So thank you for that, Addie, for that contribution. I really hope that we answered these questions, in a way that satisfies your curiosity. It's good to get those, because there's so many people that have ideas and they're wondering, why aren't they making jewelry instead? That was a very good question. Thank you for that. And it was good to hear Mr. J answer, and give you an insight into the long-term vision of the project. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. We put content out on a daily basis, and unfortunately, we still have a little bit left, but we are going to dig into those another time. And for all those that are commenting and contributing to our videos, we see you until next time. It's bye-bye.